Thank the Chair. Mr. Davis made a good point when he talked about the Sam Cooke song about change is going to come. Although in most of our lives, there's an old adage that change usually occurs at a time of tragedy or crisis, and I think we're far past both those right now. So I want to redirect, though, a little bit. I got to tell you, Mr. McGarry is here from Mercyhurst. Mercyhurst recognized this a long time ago. I'm going to say mid-'80s, right? But then all of a sudden in 2009, you come out with the AIM program, which is the Asperger's Initiative at Mercyhurst. Would you share a little bit with us what you have been able to do? And I know you've spoken throughout Pennsylvania. You've also presented internationally what Mercyhurst is doing and some of the innovation that you've brought in. And again, if you would, just tell us how you share some of that information, how you're able to disseminate to other people, because I think there is, once we become aware, we can usually fix things. The more awareness, the better it is. And we had a chance to visit a little bit today. I admire what you have done, just not only in your academic life, but in your personal life. I know you're a person of passion. If you could share a little bit with the people here today with what Mercyhurst is doing in the AIM program.
Two parts of the question. What are we doing to disseminate information? Mercyhurst participated in May. In Pennsylvania, we had the opportunity to have the first inaugural conference on autism in the higher education setting. And Mercyhurst and 5 or 6 other institutions presented there on some of what we're trying to do, and 32 different colleges and universities were represented in the audience of that conference to learn what they could do to start implementing some of the programming and things that we're offering. What we're offering at Mercyhurst is not rocket science. It's not a brand new treatment option. Some folks have talked about applied behavioral analysis, and we have collaborated with our program at Mercyhurst and ABA. But we're doing a lot of tracking and looking at the students and saying, we've identified 4 main domains that we feel are very essential for our students in the academic setting as well as vocational. And they are academic social progress, independence, social, and emotional. So we try to track those 4 things specifically, because what we're finding is if our students are lacking or having difficulty on 2 of those domains, the probability that they're going to be successful in the higher education setting and or a vocational setting drastically decreases. So we're going to continue to kind of work on that. Another thing that we are doing is a peer mentoring program. And what we found is many of the students in our program have been in mentoring partnerships, but they've never been the mentor. So we've just recently implemented our peer mentoring program, where our students do meet with peer mentors at the university, but they also are going to be going down to social service agencies within Erie that have other folks that have severe disabilities and are going in as a mentor to them to say, I have accomplished something, I am a college student, people said I would never be here, and I am, and I want to help you and mentor you in what obstacles you need to face and get you through those obstacles as well. So that's some of the things we're doing.
Yeah, and you, as you and I talked today, we talked about employment opportunities and the idea that these are folks that can live a very productive life. They can be a big part of what it is we do as a country. And I think it's the awareness, and I really appreciate your coming here today and what you've done with your life. The more we become aware of it, the more we understand how to handle it, the more we can adapt and bring these people in with us and understand there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Now, we talked to Bill Gates. But, you want to talk about somebody who could be successful that has an autism disorder, but if you can, the 24% are actually employed, right? There's a lot of adults that can't get work. Just a little bit of that impact and what we could do to change that, because I think there is a great opportunity that these people have a meaningful life, something that they feel good about, that they get up in the morning and they can't wait to contribute.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think our vocational and our internship, unfortunately, we have a stigma, and we're working with students that have autism and are Asperger. Some of the vocational opportunities that are presented to Mercyhurst are far beyond the skills and the caliber of what our students can achieve. And so we need to have a strong awareness that, as some other panelists have said, autism is not necessarily an intellectual issue. If we can train and work on some of the social skills and the executive functioning, they can far succeed expectations and do some jobs much better than the rest of us can.
Yeah.
And we just need to train society to understand that and give these students those specific skills to accomplish that.
Amen. If I could, Mr. Chairman, would you share the conversation we had when we talked about the one student and the professor was outlining or giving them an assignment? I thought that was absolutely phenomenal, because what we see, sometimes we don't get it. You can't tell books by its cover. Share that, because I thought that was really uplifting.
Good. I had in the AIM program, we send a letter to every single faculty member stating that this student in your class is being supported by the Asperger Initiative, and if you or that student need resources, we are available. The faculty member contacted me on the second or third day of class and said, Brad, this student, I explained an assignment that was worth 60% of the grade of my course. And the student looked at me, and I really am not sure if he understood a word of what I was saying. And so can you work with him and help me work with him? That assignment was supposed to take 10 weeks. That student, the following Tuesday, turned that assignment in, and that professor said it was the most incredible piece of student graphic art that he had seen in 25 years. So we know that there's a misrepresentation from what we think is being heard and what is being processed in the caliber of students that we're working with.
Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for dedicating your life to making sure these people do have a life. Thanks so much, and I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly.